Um, Jessica, Tina, and Peace. Those are they are also long-time friends of Momo. We were all together in school in senior one, long time ago, more than 50 years ago. We also have our teacher. We are so privileged to have our teacher, Madame Lois. She was teaching us as you saw us, as you saw me and my friends.
You are younger sister.
Unfortunately, she looks our young sister. I think she was eating all the school fees and
Your grub.
yeah, and the grab. Anyway, she's a home economics teacher, so she knew how to look after herself. And of course, students, you can't be better than your teacher. So, when Momo asked me to talk about her today, you know, she can be very stubborn. She said, I know you have so much to talk, but you are going to have very short time, so note down what you want to say and make it very brief, because she knew that I could talk for hours on end about her. We had so much. So I decided to write down something short, which I will read. So I've been friends with Momo, as I said, since 1972. That's when we met in senior one, back in the West, in a school called Weranyanji, which I'm sure most of you know. Although I know that many of you here were not yet born, but here we are. Then we later briefly separated. I went to Budo for senior 5, and she went to Nabingo. But after that, we reunited at university, and we've been friends up to today. We've done so much together with Momo. We've had a lot of fun. We've done business. We've had leisure. So many things that she told me not to go into because of time. So in the interest of time, I chose to dwell on the attributes which have always struck me most about her. And these are 3. Momo is a woman of faith, she's a woman of hope, and she's a woman of love. The love which I call active love, because hers is not just ordinary love. When I read her book, this one, The Identity Crisis, I said, At first I didn't believe it, but then I realized that what had always struck me most about her is actually in this book. Because when I read about it, I said, but this can't be the Momo I know, who is talking about having suffered an identity crisis all these years. And I'm sure my friends, most of my friends thought so. In fact, when I was still at home, a few days ago, another classmate came to visit me, and she had also read the book, and she said, have you read Momo's book? I said, yes. Do you believe it? I said, I'm also here confused, because all the time we lived with Ameria, now she's called Ameria, none of us ever thought that she was undergoing a crisis in her life. We didn't think that. So when we read the book, when I read it, I wondered, my friend came and told me that, I'm wondering about this. Why? Because the Momo we knew, she was always a very flamboyant girl, very jolly, happy, very active, very smart. You know, you can go on talking about Momo. Very beautiful, very friendly. She had so many friends, both at Weranyanji and at university, everywhere. She has always had, you can even see all the people who are here. She's a very friendly girl. When we were at school in S1 and onwards, She reflected somebody who comes from a very affluent, wealthy, and happy home. And that's how we knew Momo. She was classy. She was, we all envied her. She was very smart. She really looked very wealthy. And you know that somebody has mentioned about Chotera. Very, very, she was a class apart. So none of us could ever think that she really suffers from an identity crisis. So as I was wondering about this identity crisis, I pondered about her life of late, especially after we had finished university, a number of years after we had finished university. When I thought about the life she was going through, I started wondering, maybe Momo has had a problem, but she is a special kind of person, and that's why we could never see that problem. I remembered that Momo, because I had seen Momo go through a lot of hardships, especially with her family, and most of you knew. And for us, however, despite all those problems she was going through, like the sickness of her husband, the family, the children, and all kinds of hardships, the businesses, for us, some of us who appear to have apparently less difficulties, she was still most of the time our counselor and our encourager. I know like many times I can chat with Momo at night and we can chat for like 2 hours beyond midnight. And she'll be telling me about her problems and I'll be telling her about mine. For me, when I'm about to break down and yet I think mine are less, and for her problems are more severe, she will turn around and start counseling me and encouraging me. And now her problems appear much less than mine. And yet in reality, I know that actually her problems are much more than mine. So, what has been my assessment of Momo since that time? I have realized that Momo is an overcomer. And probably she's an overcomer, and this has contributed so much to overcoming this identity crisis. And most the attributes which have made her an overcomer is mainly her faith and her hope. Faith and hope has been a great challenge, and her faith and hope has been a great challenge and inspiration to me. And I think to many people who have come across her. Personally, she has taught me that suffering is an opportunity to move closer to God. Momo loves God so much. She's a woman of so much faith. She has also taught me that suffering is an opportunity to grow our faith, especially for those who know Jesus Christ like she does. You can imagine she has moved from being a Muslim, but she's the one teaching us the Bible and encouraging us in our faith in Jesus Christ. And yet for us, we have always been there, but you just wonder how somebody who just converted many years after can be much better than you who has always been there. Her great faith has helped her endure and overcome her difficult situations, all those situations which she has gone through, as she has detailed them in her book. For those of you who have not yet read it, you will read and you will see that she has really been through a lot, but still she has managed to overcome. Most of the time I would see Momo go through such hard times that sometimes I could fear that she would break down, but Momo never did. Also, her ability to endure has shaped her into someone whom I can confidently label as a person of quality character. Momo is somebody of quality character. And why do I say this? Momo will choose to keep doing right on a consistent basis. That's what I have found in her. She's very steady. She's not an impulsive person. She believes in a good end result with God's help. That's what she's always telling us. You people, you better have faith, believe, the end will be good. That's what Mama will always say. She's a Bible reader and always believes that God will deliver what he has promised according to his will, his timing, and his goodness. That is Momo's belief. Also, this has made Momo a person who does not sit down to brood over past or current events or situations, however hard they seem. Another great attribute of her is her love, as I have said. Momo has sincere love, and her love is for me what I call love in action. Because for her, her love is that type which is very sincere, devoted, zealous, and accompanied by real action. She would not just say, I love you, but she will get up and come and act. And you see her really doing things in your life which reflect that love. So Momo, because of her faith and hope and love, she's what we know her as. Most of you, I know you know her as. I know her. She's a happy, vibrant character, fond of party. Momo likes parties. She likes partying, she likes outings, she likes leisure tours, and we always join her. She likes exercises. My home has been yes, it's a place where we meet and do our exercises, and you'd think that she's actually the owner of the home because she takes over. She likes eating well, she likes eating healthy, dressing well, maintaining a beautiful home, which you have all commented about. She loves nature, she loves people, she loves mentoring people. You all know that. She's a great giver, and she's very hospitable. Now, somebody who is like that, it is again difficult to say that she's somebody who is suffering identity crisis. That's why me and my friends we said we have more to discover about our long-time friend, because we hadn't noticed that. Because of this attitude and her outlook to life, I'm sure when people read her book, most of you will find it also difficult to believe that she has gone through what she has gone through, because she's a person of a great character. Of course, again, Amelia is somebody who can be hard. She can have a very domineering character. So if you are close to her, you also have to know that. But I suppose that is also very important for somebody who is going to, it's necessary for somebody to become a successful person. You must be somehow hard and tough, like Momo. Sometimes a bit difficult to advise, but we also put our foot down and we say, no, this time you must listen to us. So that is Amelia. Otherwise, she's really a great, great character. Thank you so much, Amelia, for inviting us here. I thank you everyone who has come to support her and who has always supported her. Thank you so much.